Hello? Yes, I know it's late, but I needed to call you before this situation gets out of hand. You're probably wondering why I'm calling you instead of the other way around, and it's because I'm aware. I know you saw it. My account. Don't interrupt, I need to say this clearly. You subscribed to my FansOnly account 3 nights ago. You thought you were anonymous, but you used the same username you use everywhere else. Honestly, I expected better from someone who spends so much time on the internet. No, I'm not angry. Concerned is a better word for the situation, because if you found it, that means other people might as well. And there's one person in particular who cannot know. Right, my daughter. Which is why we are going to discuss this like adults tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. She leaves for work around that time. You will come here, we will talk privately, and we will determine exactly what it is that you want. Because I have a feeling that this situation wasn't entirely accidental. Right on time. I expected nothing less. Come in. Shoes off, please. The floors were just cleaned. Yes, you can sit on the couch. I'll be right there. Before you say anything, look at me. Really look. This is the woman you saw on that website. But this is the real version. Pencil skirt, blouse, hair neatly tied back, respectable and responsible. Someone's mother. Not exactly the image people imagine when they hear adult content creator. And somehow, yet, here we are. You deserve an explanation. After my divorce, things were difficult. My ex-husband had a very strong opinion about my personality. Apparently, being organized, decisive, and successful translates to domineering, and he couldn't handle it. So he left. And when he did, he left the bills too. Mortgage, utilities, my daughter's tuition. Sure, my job pays well, but maintaining this house and lifestyle alone, it became tight. And one evening, I saw an article. Women my age making absurd amount of money online. Posting photos and videos. Simple things. I thought it was ridiculous, but desperation has a way of changing your perspective. So I tried it. The first upload made $200. I almost deleted the account out of embarrassment. The second video made $600, and by the third, well, I made over $1,000 in a single week. Do you know what that feels like? When you've spent months calculating grocery bills, worrying about property taxes, and suddenly strangers on the internet are paying you just to exist? It's intoxicating. Addicting. For the first time since the divorce, I felt like I had my control again. But I never imagined someone I know would see it, let alone one of my daughter's friends. Of all people. Tell me something honestly. When you subscribed, did you know it was me? Or did you only realize after? Ah, so you figured it out. I suppose my voice gave it away? Or perhaps the lighting wasn't as anonymous as I hoped? And yet you stayed subscribed? That raises a lot of questions. Why? You could have left, you could have pretended you never saw it, but instead, you kept watching, and you kept coming back. And I know something else too. Don't try to deny it. You've had a thing for me for years. Mothers notice these things. The way your eyes linger, the way you suddenly become very polite when you visit. The nervous energy, you're not nearly as subtle as you think. Which brings us to the purpose of this meeting. You now possess information that could cause significant problems. If my daughter found out... No, we're not even going to entertain that possibility, so I'm prepared to make a deal. Whatever it is you want, within reason, I'm willing to consider it. Money, a refund for your subscription, even a small monthly arrangement if necessary. Because keeping this secret is worth far more to me than a few dollars. I'm sorry, you don't want money? Then what exactly do you want? Wait, are you serious? You're telling me the only thing that you want is honesty. You want me to stop pretending I didn't know you were watching? And you want me to stop acting distant? That's unexpectedly wholesome. Have you really liked me for that long? Even knowing how strict I am and how cold people say I can be? This is ridiculous. You know, that might actually be the part that drew people to the account, which is interesting. Confidence and control and a woman who knows exactly what she wants. Online, that persona works, but in reality, it can be very lonely. Well, most men find it intimidating. My ex certainly did. He hated the fact that I earned more than him, hated that I organized everything, hated that I didn't rely on him. But you never seemed scared of me. If anything, you looked impressed. Alright, tell me something. When you were watching those videos, did you imagine what it would be like if I knew you were there? Watching, listening. Your face right now answers that question. Relax, I'm not angry. If anything, I'm curious. You see, I blocked your account immediately once I realized it was you. Not because I hated the idea, but because I needed time to think. Time to decide how to handle this properly. Do you want any tea? I'm about to make some. Alright, suit yourself. Well, after thinking about it all night, I realized something. You already saw that side of me. The confident woman, one who isn't afraid of being desired. So pretending that version doesn't exist anymore would actually be pointless. But there will be rules. You will never tell my daughter, not a word, not even a hint. Understood? Good. Because if this secret gets out, I will absolutely hold you responsible. You know, when I invited you here this morning, I expected you to be terrified. Maybe even apologetic. And instead you're just sitting here calmly, looking at me the exact same way you always have. Like you admire me or something. It's strangely flattering. Perhaps a little dangerous, too. Because now I'm wondering something I probably shouldn't. What would happen if I stopped treating you like my daughter's friend and started treating you like an adult who clearly finds me attractive? Look at you, completely speechless. That's new. Don't worry. We're not rushing into anything reckless. But our little secret does create a unique situation. You keep quiet, and in return, perhaps I won't block you again. Though if you subscribe next time, I expect a proper tip. Professional courtesy, you know. Are you sure you don't want any coffee or any tea? Or are you just too nervous to sit across from me after everything we just discussed? Relax. I promise I won't make you watch any videos while you're here. At least, not today. Well, I suppose our conversation didn't scare you off. That's impressive. Or concerning. I haven't decided which yet. You're staring again. You know, when you look at me like that, it makes me wonder if I should start charging by the minute. I'm just joking. Mostly. Actually, there's something I've been thinking about since you've arrived. Something a little unconventional. And before you panic, let me clarify, I'm not about to do anything reckless. But I am curious. Come with me. Just for a moment. Yes, upstairs. Don't look so nervous. If I planned to throw you out, I would have done it already. Welcome to my little studio. I suppose it's the polite way to describe it. Ring light, camera, neutral background. It's surprisingly simple. When people imagine this kind of work, they assume it's super elaborate. In reality, it's mostly lighting and confidence. Go ahead. You can look around. You've technically already seen the finished product anyways. When I record here, I pretend the viewers are strangers. Faceless, anonymous. It makes things easier. More professional, but now, one of those viewers is standing right in front of me. Do you know what that does to the dynamic? It makes everything feel very real. And a little nerve-wracking. Yes, even I get nervous sometimes. Surprising, isn't it? I normally film once or twice a week. Today was supposed to be one of those days, and I almost canceled after discovering you were my subscriber. But then again, maybe this situation could actually be useful. Tell me something honestly. When you watched my videos, what part did you like the most? Was it my voice? The confidence? Or was it simply the thrill of realizing it was me? That makes sense. People sometimes underestimate how powerful that can be. A calm voice, a little authority, a little warmth. It seems to affect you quite a bit. Look at you again, completely attentive. Just like when you used to sit at the dinner table during those study nights with my daughter. Back then, I thought you were simply polite. Now I'm realizing you were probably trying very hard not to stare. You know, this situation could actually solve one of my problems. Recording alone can sometimes feel awkward. You have to imagine the audience, imagine the reactions, but having someone physically present, someone who already appreciates the content, that might make the performance more natural. Relax, I'm not asking you to participate in anything scandalous. Just sit there, on that chair. Yeah, right there. And pretend you're simply watching. Because technically, that's exactly what you were doing before. Alright, let's test the lighting. Stand still. I'm adjusting the angle. There. Much better. You're blushing. That's adorable. Don't worry, the camera's facing me, not you. Your reputation is perfectly safe. And mine, well, as we know, that is another story entirely. This is pretty strange though, no? Normally when I record, I feel confident and composed and in control, but right now, I feel like I'm hyper aware of every little movement. Because you're watching me directly, and not through a screen. Tell me something. If I decided to stop doing this tomorrow, would you be disappointed? Wow, that honest, huh? You would actually miss it? That might be the most sincere compliment I've received in years. Most viewers hide behind usernames and emojis, but you, I mean, you're brave enough to say it to my face. Do you know what the strangest part of all of this is? Out of thousands of strangers online, the one person who discovered my secret is someone I feel like I might actually trust. When you first arrived this morning, I definitely thought you were a threat, and someone who could ruin everything, but now I feel like you're more like an accomplice. And possibly something else. Though we should probably move slowly before the situation becomes even more complicated. For now, I think we'll postpone today's recording. I think I'm a little too distracted. And frankly, I'd rather spend the time talking with you. Maybe learning what else you've been thinking all these years. But remember, our secret stays between us. Because if my daughter ever found out about this, I will absolutely blame you. Now, come on. Let's go back downstairs. I think you've earned another cup of coffee or tea, or perhaps we can discuss what happens the next time you visit. Someone's getting excited. Well, you've been so good. Maybe you deserve a little reward. What do you say? You're pressed up really close against me. I feel something else pressing on me too. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Well, you have something to look forward to, I guess.